I saw these two does. I'm doe hunting. And this one came into 40 yards, and I think I drilled it. Because I'm testing the effectiveness of these broadheads, it's really important that I show some of the blood trail, but I'm muting the color as best I can so as to minimize the offensiveness out of respect for YouTube's policy in that regard. But please be warned, I am going to show some of the blood trail. Right after I shot the deer, it turned and started to run and crashed into this tree. Gosh, there's so much blood. This thing has got to be close. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow, look at that hole. Looks like it blew right through its shoulder. Whoa, look at that entrance hole. That's the Sevr 2.0. Wow. Well, this worked out really well. Got here to my hunting spot about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I figured I'd go do some spot and stalk hunting in an area that I wasn't going to sit in tonight because I didn't want to mess up the area I was going to sit in. And man, I was just going through the woods super slowly, like a step every 30 seconds or so at most. And I hadn't gone but maybe 80 yards and took about an hour to do that. And then I saw these two does up ahead of me, and they were about 60 yards away, and they saw something or sensed something. And this one was especially like curious. So she started kind of coming toward me to check me out, and I hunkered down, and then she stepped behind a tree, and I stood up, and then she was staring straight at me, but she was broadside, and I drew and shot, and she was on high alert, so she turned right as I shot, but it worked out really well. Okay, I just drilled her with a Sevr 2.0, and there was just a massive blood trail straight down this hill, and she didn't go maybe 50 yards and is piled up here, but this is going to be some great eating. Thank God, what a great afternoon. Here's the Sevr 2.0. After all that it did there, it cut through the top of the scapula and then embedded in the spine and went about 1.5 inches into the spine, and it still looks brand new. Well, this has been a great last 24 hours of hunting. Yesterday afternoon, I got a nice doe, spot and stalk. And then this morning I was in my stand and this spike came along. And here in Iowa, you can use an antlerless tag on a spike. And so I did. It was 35 yards, and I was using a Combat Veteran. I've been testing that broadhead in my broadhead tests, and I wanted to try it out in the field, so I did. And obviously it did its job. 35 yards, punched a hole in both sides. It didn't totally zip through, but it did make a hole in both sides, and the deer went maybe 100 yards or so. Unfortunately, right as it came out, I turned on my GoPro and it powered off. It was all out of batteries. I have no idea how it ran out of batteries. I thought I had plenty of battery left, maybe because of the cold weather or something like that. So I didn't get the shot on film. It was a really good shot, all right? It looked really good. But anyway, thank God I got the buck. So here's a really nice entrance hole. And then here's the exit where it poked out the other side. And here's the Combat Veteran broadhead after it went through that deer. And man, it's in perfect condition. I just closed the blades back up and it's ready to go again.